anime that I remember from when I was really young, and now it's getting a new entry, at least for the video game. So if you guys enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button, helps out a ton. And if you're new to the Spawn Wave channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And of course, members for the channel do get news wave early. If you would like to learn more about that, click the join button down below. And we're going to start today with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. I know once again, this time though, it's funny, we just discussed the idea of maybe shadow dropping this summer. Well, it seems we may actually find out about this remaster, this remake, much sooner than that. In fact, it could actually be revealed in a couple of weeks. And it's a fun way for Activision to sort of do this because they're actually kind of teasing it in their most popular game, that being Call of Duty. We can see this posted up. This is actually mentioned by Charlie Intel with a screenshot saying, looks like a teaser of something related to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater has been found in Black Ops 6 Grind multiplayer maps. It's clever. And you can see it says, announcement on March 4th. Well, interestingly enough, March 4th is 3-4. What are we thinking? Well, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4, again, following up 1+2. In fact, in replies to this tweet, we have Tony Hawk himself, little eyes, and then we also have Xbox doing the same thing in response to him. So, yes, sure, it would be disappointing, but also funny if it was a skin for Call of Duty where you can play as Tony Hawk, run around, take people out, and then 900 on their dead body after knifing them going around a corner or something. But I think we're most likely, looking at Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4 getting a reveal, or at least some kind of announcement trailer maybe, and then it coming out months later. I still think Over the Summer makes the most sense for this game, but hey, we'll find out here in a couple of weeks on March 4th. Also, while Astrobot game is getting updates for different speedrun levels each week now for the next few weeks. In fact, this had a new one come out yesterday, so check that out if you haven't already. There is a bot, of course, at the end, and I won't spoil it for anyone, but it's definitely worth trying to make that push through. But in this case, it looks like Astro's Playroom got an update. In fact, they changed like the opening title screen art even on the PlayStation 5 dashboard, as well as adding more merchandise to it technically. That's kind of the idea, right? This is a way for you to get to know PlayStation products, and we'll decided to add in, as you can see, this is from Genki. The PlayStation 5 Pro, you also have the Pulse Sport earbuds and the Pulse Elite headset. So again, I know it's product placement, but it's Sony, it makes sense, and it's fun that Team Asobi is still going back and even updating Astro's Playroom, which is one of the best-selling games ever, right? 75 million or so, yes I know. It comes with the PS5, but still, the packing game is there. But either way, if you haven't checked it out and you want to make sure you still have everything 100% complete in your Astro's Playroom, you want to sign in, update it, and at least grab some of the new products that are added to it.
Today's video is sponsored by the Retro Fighters D6 Dreamcast controller. Yeah, you heard that right. A new controller in 2025 for the Dreamcast. This one is set up perfectly for fighting games with the 6-button gamepad design using low-latency 2.4 GHz wireless technology. Along with the Dreamcast, the D6 is also compatible with Switch and PC. The rolling D-pad and face buttons are super precise, giving feedback with the integrated Halo micro switches. The D6 features multiple modes, so you can switch between using the left stick, right stick, and D-pad configuration anytime a game calls for it. An attachment for the Dreamcast that's included lets you plug in your VMU, so there's no need for an extra controller to be plugged in just to read your save files. The Dreamcast has a deep library of classic fighting games that still look and play awesome, and the D6 really takes the whole experience to the next level. Click the link in the description below to learn more about the D6 and use code SPAWNWAVE for 10% off any items in their store. Thanks to Retro Fighters for sponsoring today's video.
And guys, some of the quick news out of the way. Let's get into the bigger stuff. Let's start right away with a Nintendo event next week. In fact, Nintendo themselves actually retweeted and quote tweeted this announcement here. We can see this from Pokemon, saying here we go, trainers, February 27th, 6 a.m. Pacific time. Shout out to the people over there on the West Coast. Gotta get extra early for this Pokemon Presents, 9 a.m. Eastern here, so I'll be okay there in the morning. But I know people were hoping for a Nintendo Direct to drop randomly as we're going through this week. Has not, at least at this time, materialized. So in this case, We were expecting some kind of event for Pokemon Day, as it did leak out that Pokemon Presents was happening. And yeah, it looks like we're going to get one as expected. However, naturally, after this gets posted, all kinds of wish lists follow and replies, and then just general social media and on YouTube. I keep seeing the idea that the Game Boy Pokemon games be added to NSO. That would be awesome. Blue, red, yellow, even just those would be really cool with the online features that we have for NSO, to be able to trade back and forth, and just having those, at least for the NSO subscription, would make it, I think, just significantly more valuable overnight for many people. But I don't really expect that one, unfortunately. No, I think when we go into this... event, we should mostly expect things just outside of games, of course. So you'll have anything when it comes to different media, like anime stuff, obviously with cards, big merchandise, cell phone games, and then we would most likely get to at least a couple of Switch reveals. Now, Pokemon Legends ZA, that's clear. I think we're going to get a release date for it, and I wouldn't be shocked if it's in the first half of this year. We might just be a few months away from that game coming out. It's been a long time, really, since we've heard much of anything about it. So I think this is the time where they really just give us an idea of what we're looking at here, and when we can, give them money and buy the game. Now, on top of that, it wouldn't shock me if we heard about the new generation games, but I also think it's very likely we could see some sort of remake similar to Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee. I mean, it would make sense that they would continue that series because it sold well for them, and it does work to... I'd say it works as a good stepping stone for maybe a younger audience, even to the newer Pokemon games like Scarlet, Violet, stuff. Something Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee there that is geared more towards a younger audience makes a lot of sense for them. So wouldn't surprise me if maybe we got that and then Pokemon Legends ZA. But I would be there holding out hope like everyone else that they decide to throw us a bone and drop something on NSO. And if it's not, I mean, Yellow, Red, Blue, or any of the other mainline games from back in the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. I mean, come on, Pokemon Pinball, right? Like, what's the holdout here? Why don't we have either one from the Game Boy or the Game Boy Advance? You might as well drop them both on. Get something for the regular $20 tier, and then something for that expansion pack tier at $50. That would be awesome. Not as good, of course, for mainline, but I mean, it'd be close. Next up, let's talk about Nintendo in a funny bundle, technically, with the timing for it, because I don't really advise anyone to buy this thing, but I guess in the same sense, it would at least line up for Mario Day. So we can see this was shared. This is by Bill over on Twitter, of course, Attached Labs. They have insight to a lot of retail listings and stuff that aren't necessarily public yet. Although this one did technically go public a bit early. Now, okay, so before the Switch 2 Direct, a new bundle will be released soon in North America. Includes Switch OLED with the blue and red console, the Super Mario Bros. Wonders of the voucher, and then a 3-month NSO membership priced at $350. I will say, I mean, a bundle like that, 350 with Mario Wonder and then 3 months for NSA. You know, it's not bad. Like, technically, price-wise, it's very good. The issue is it's a bit more than a month before the big Switch 2 reveal, and then most likely, I think, like maybe 3.5 to 4 months before the Switch 2 itself releases. Now, this mostly is going to line up with I figure Mario Day, which that's the other thing. We're thinking of a Nintendo Direct right now in February, and then we're thinking about Pokemon Presents. But Mario Day would most likely have some sort of mini direct. Like a Mario Direct, remember they've done this many times this year. Sometimes, though, they'll just stick to Twitter or social media feeds and drop a few announcements and move on. But they've also done stuff where they collaborate with like Lego, and they will still announce games, throw stuff in NSO. So I still think they'll do some sort of presentation, and it's very likely this, as they're showing here, February 27th, will be announced before that, but then also mentioned during that stream or that Mario Day event. I mean, it's still possible they could throw a few things out there, just kind of the things to bridge the gap to the Switch 2. Anything they do release or announce, we assume would work for the new system as well, with full backwards compatibility or 99% backwards compatibility. So if I had to say, let's throw something out there that'll be really awesome, but I'm not expecting. I'm gonna get Mario Galaxy 2 on the current Switch, right? We have the Mario 3D All-Stars collection, but we don't have Mario Galaxy 2. Throw that on there, even just digitally. It'd be really cool to have what most people look at as like the best 3D platforming Mario game ever made. But I guess we'll see. Otherwise, though, hey, you got a Switch OLED Mario Wonder bundle that you can probably walk right past right now. As we all know, of course, the Switch 2 is right around. Next up, let's talk about Shuhei Yoshida and some of his comments around the live service initiative at Sony, and even the Last of Us online multiplayer that was canceled, like the live service multiplayer from Naughty Dog, which is still, I think, a sore spot for many Last of Us fans out there. What could have been? Well, the last thing you probably want to hear is that it was really good. And unfortunately, that's what Yoshida said here. So we can take a look. This is from the Last Stand Media podcast, the Sacred Symbol Plus episode. Which you can actually check out. It's still on their Patreon. Sometimes they go, they'll make it public. But for now, you can sign up for Patreon there and check it out. But we can see this quote. This is from Yoshida. It says, the idea for The Last of Us Online came from Naughty Dog, and they really wanted to make it. But Bungie explained to them what it takes to make live service games, and Naughty Dog realized, oops, we can't do that. If we do it, we can't make Intergalactic the Heritage Cross. So that was a lack of foresight. And yes, Yoshida did say, hey, I played it, and it was really good, which is incredibly unfortunate because as of now, it's just going to be left on the cutting room floor. It will be a canceled game. It is a shame they couldn't figure out something they could do with it where it doesn't need the live service side of it. If there is a full story that was told there where it's like complete enough, and I know the idea of the live service thing is it's going to be ongoing, and somehow, someway, Naughty Dog and Sony started this, put a ton of money and effort into it, it seems anyway from the outside looking in, but didn't realize the effort it would take to continue down that path. He says it's a lack of foresight. I mean, there's an incredible lack of foresight then, not understand that. And yes, sure, Bungie had to explain to them how much it takes for them to keep Destiny 2 going, which Bungie, it's like 1,000 employees at one point in time. Now we know that they, of course, downsized it, but there's still like 800 some odd employees there working for their live service stuff and their newer games that we've heard that are in development now. So that Marathon, etc. Naughty Dog just wouldn't really be able to do anything, as they're mentioning here, and that's why they decided not to, and unfortunately, feels like a lot of wasted time. But, of course, people are wondering, hold on, why did all these studios start doing live service games like all at once, it feels like? Well, he kind of mentioned that too, we can see. Where Yoshida says, from my experience, when studios see the company has a big initiative, they understand riding on that gives them a better chance of getting a project approved and supporting. So it's not like the current head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Hulst, is telling teams that they need to make live service games. It's likely mutual. So in a way, I get that he's saying, look, they didn't go in and mandate. Hey, you have to make live service games. Because look at Housemarque right now, they're just making Soros, which we assume is going to be a very similar setup to Returnal, as in not an online multiplayer live service game. But so many of these studios at Sony who weren't even really ever experienced at all doing something like a live service game attempted it. So while I don't necessarily think Hermen Hulst went in and said you have to do it. Like if you don't, you're out. That's it. But they of course see what's going on at Sony, see what the heads of PlayStation are saying. Jim Ryan and Hermen Hulst making a push for live service. So if you want the funding and you want an idea that maybe seems that little extra, it's like, hey, we have this idea for a cool God of War story. With multiplayer and live services, and then they stamp approval on blue points on their pitch. That's kind of the thing. Or maybe if you're a studio trying to sell yourself to Sony, I don't know, like Haven, and you have fair games, you go, hey, it's also a live service game, though. Approved. So you kind of see the game that's being played here. He mentions it's mutual because the heads of PlayStation, Jim Ryan and Hermen Hulst had their objectives set up, what their plan was maybe over the next 10 years, and the studios are trying to conform to that so that they can get money to make their games. And in our last bit of news, let's talk about one of the most out-of-left-field announcements I think I've ever seen. I mean, that's saying a lot. We've seen some random things get announced on a weekday, but not like this. Look at this trailer here. That's right. Samurai Pizza Cats. What in the world? This is... I had to double check. I think it's been like 3 decades? It's been a long time. It was enough when I looked it up. I was like, wow, quite old. Or at least we feel old. I do remember watching this show when I was young, little, right? And this is almost like in that Saturday morning cartoon slot, sort of? I'm trying to remember exactly the timeline, how old I was. I remember this was something like way back in the day of my childhood. But yeah, Samurai Pizza Cats Blast from the Past. A new video game. And technically in the trailer, they do sort of make fun of the idea that it's been forever since it's been around, it's all been mentioned, and now we're doing a game. Now, this is a trailer that IGN, I guess, had the exclusive on, and as I'm looking through this and I'm checking the description, it will be a side-scrolling action RPG platform. Starring your favorite characters from the classic 1990s anime. I also checked over on Steam, and they have some additional bits and pieces, but I don't know if it's like an early development or something, because they did have some gameplay, and it's kind of weird. At times it looks super cheap looking, like really budget, and then at times it's really good. There's almost like these cutscenes that play out and you finishing moves. They do mention there's leveling up and customization. Like when you're running around the overworld, you'll just get thrown into a battle, but it's still like this action RPG looking thing. So I don't know. I have to see a bit more about this one. I'm not expecting a ton because like, who would have thought Samurai Pizza Cats would be getting a new game in 2025? I just think it's very interesting that they were like, hey, you know what? Let's do it. Let's make a new Samurai Pizza Cats game because I wasn't expecting that one. And before we go to the comment of the day, we'll take a look at the poll that I posted up yesterday, where I asked, which number Tony Hawk Pro Skater game is your favorite? Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, of course, was the number one choice. I thought about taking that out and just seeing what people would say between 1, 3, and 4, but it's pretty clear 3 would have been the next one up. And notice I left 5 out, and nobody said anything, which that might be the most telling part of all, because of course no one's going to miss Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. It was pretty bad, which it does make me wonder if they want another shot, like just in general at Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6. That's what all of this is building up to. I mean, we still need to get something with Tony Hawk's Underground, and then I see people mentioning American Wasteland. It kind of feels like many people just want to see these games remade and remastered. They're happy with the games that already exist, but they would like to see them touched up a bit, and with maybe some of the other gameplay mechanics added in. So I don't know. It would be a pretty big risk for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6. But I would like to see some redemption there. So maybe sometime in the future, if all this works out with you selling more and more, they'll take another swing at it. And we'll finish up with the comment of the day, as you're seeing here. This is from Boston, who says, the gaming community crying because they announced the remakes of Tony Hawk 3 and 4, and they wanted Underground and Wasteland. Relax, that's coming next year after 3 and 4. 3 was my favorite, followed by Underground. Cannot wait. Now, I think it was pretty obvious to most people that it would be Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 next. I mean, if you look at 1 and 2, mechanics from 3 and 4 went into it, and that's just because they were also working on 3 and 4. Apparently the idea was to like mash all of them together just about, or at least have them in a subsequent release schedule. But, you know, things got put on the side.
So you can rotate this camera?
Yeah.
So you can rotate.
Coop speaking.
Cameras.
Cutting any of these famous people that I've ever dealt with. I charge need a I was selling crack on a private jet up in the Halifax. But no confusion, it's a real. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Your brother here. Counting money, he said, can't man, and I'm only here to shit on niggas and pencil bitches. Fuck my man, some jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white figures. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah, I don't like niggas. What's wrong with me? I'm a nice nigga with this 44, turn the Michael Jordan. I'm looking say, take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make cash just by making picks on your favorite players. You're watching them anyway. Do us a favor, support the show. Click the link in the bio. Download the Underdog app. Use code MACE, CAM, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm your host, Tristan Crick, aka Tris, with your host, Mason Cam, and it's Friday, so we have our guest analyst, Maurice Claret. What up?
What's good?
Look at Mo, he got the Yankee hat on. What that represent?
It's not the outfit, that's it. The Steinbrenners.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
We gotta get up out of this part of the show. Last night, big night for hockey, big night for the white folks. It was Canadian folks versus the USA. We had the Four Nations Cup, which was the NHL All-Star format. PK Subban came on and talked to Stephen A. Smith before the Four Nations tournament to talk about the difference between basketball All-Star games and NHL All-Star games. And he kind of threw some shade, ricochets at LeBron James, saying, hey, NBA players making all this money, they should play hurt. They should figure out a way to play in front of these exhibition crowds because they're paying a lot of money. So, Mo, I wanted to kind of ask you first, why does everyone blame everything that's wrong about the NBA on LeBron?
It's pretty simple. He's the most successful person, and I think that some of the stuff that he's doing or has done has never been done before. You have to figure, man, since 18 years old, I can remember walking across campus and hearing him first talk to me about his $90 million contract with Nike. And I'm 41 right now. This man is still playing in the NBA, still making gargantuan amounts of money. And as kids are in the NBA, he's done stuff for himself, for his friends. I'm pretty sure people envy people, have criticism that doesn't remind them of what they've come from, but he's just got to blame. I don't have anything negative to say about the hockey guy. I looked him up, and he seems to be a respectful player. But one thing I will say is this, that everybody sees the world, their comments come from how they see the world. I don't think LeBron is playing or sort of leading the track of one of the superstar NBA player anymore. LeBron functions more as an owner and something that's outside of what we normally see. All of his business moves, him wanting to get his sons in the NBA, so on and so forth. So the guy's correcting what he's saying, but also how LeBron moves. Even when he takes a picture in his street clothes, he's basically saying, like, right now, I do whatever I want to do. And everybody on that platform, Mason Cam, we've all been in environments like that. Whatever platform is saying, right now, what I want to do is he's doing it in the NBA.
What do you think, Mace? Do you think it's unfair that it feels like, okay, we blame the dunk contest being whacked on LeBron, we blame super teams on LeBron, we blame the All-Star game as a whole being whacked on LeBron? Is this unfair?
I don't think you get to say something is unfair when it comes to being a king. When you're the king, you win, you get the spoils. And when it's not going well, you have to shoulder the blame. I think it's impossible to be the king without taking the ownership. Like, this is something that we were taught, like, when I first started, like, studying about my faith, right? They tell you that you're responsible however it goes. If it goes right, you're responsible, and if it goes wrong, you're responsible. As a man, you don't get to be a man and not be responsible. So definitely when it comes to being a king, you're responsible.
First of all, I watched that game. Yo, I might start watching hockey. That shit dope. Yo, that shit really fucking dope. I don't know if it was country versus country or whatever, but I was intense pausing the house watching that shit. Like, yo, this is fucking lit. Like, I became probably a tennis fan maybe 8 years ago. Like you watch tennis is a fucking dope ass sport. Tennis you can't, it's almost like boxing and swimming. I'm not saying as far as physical damage you may get, but you can't depend on anybody. And it's a skillful sport. You know, you can hit it pause 100 miles per hour, 120 miles per hour on the serve. So it's a lot of different things that go on tennis. Hockey last night, I think the reason I never really watched hockey is because you gotta find a puck. They need to figure out something to put in that puck to where you know where it's at if you're watching from home. And I think that's kind of the reason. I'm like, oh, this shit is that. Kind of when you watch football and they give you that yellow line so you know where the first down is at. Probably the last 10, 11, 12 years how long they've been putting out television. They need to figure out hockey. But the game was fucking spectacular. The atmosphere is spectacular. And you have people in there representing the country. I think that was bigger than a city. The city, of course, it is bigger than the city. But I know the story is, I watch hockey highlights. But for me to watch 3/4, I missed the overtime. I see Canada running the overtime. But for me to watch 3/4 of hockey, that was big time for me. And I think I'll start paying attention to more big hockey games. Back to the original topic as far as people blaming LeBron for things. Somebody to blame, right? You're going to figure out who we're going to blame. You got to put something on people and then figure this LeBron. Mo made a great point. If you've been doing this long, right, as long as LeBron, he's lived up past expectations. That's the thing about it is that it's one thing to meet expectations, it's another thing to pass it, and it's another thing to come short of it. How many people are we seeing come short of expectation? And then number one picks, people that you thought would be superstars, things just didn't pan out. He surpassed expectations to the point where he's so good. And not saying his son is good, but his son is in the league because that's how good he is. It's up to Brian to do his job, man. But yeah, you're going to blame people. Like I said, my only problem with LeBron the other day was just like, damn, you could have let me know a little earlier so somebody else could have filled the spot. You get it, you've been here 21 years, you don't give a fuck. And I don't think that you don't give a fuck. I think it's more about the, look, we ain't going to do this the old traditional way. I don't want to do it. I don't give a fuck. I've been here doing this 20-something years. I looked at the stat the other day. LeBron James has more playoff points than 7 different NBA franchises. Do you hear that? LeBron James has more playoff points than 7 different NBA franchises. That's incredible. And the Knicks are one of them, actually. Because we used to call the sin when we found out about the highlight. For LeBron James to have more playoff points than the Knicks as a franchise in the playoffs, that is fucking ridiculous. We gotta stop doing this to LeBron, and because we're still doing it, because he's still playing so well, you put a lot of onus on him, like, oh, he ain't doing this. The nigga's 40, who doing this at 40, get a nigga fucking break. Get a nigga fucking break, bro. And I get what Mason said, too. I'm not ignoring what Mason said. Mason said, look, and that's for all of us. And once you're in the spotlight, you're open to criticism. That's just the way it fucking goes. You're open to criticism. But anybody else, you can call the senior citizen. He's old. Where's he going out there? This, that, and the third. Every time LeBron makes a layup, it's a new 40-year-old stat. Oh, the first 40-year-old player to do this. First 40-year-old player to do that. Fourth 40-year-old player. LeBron's just number one on ESPN Top 10 highlights. And it was well deserved. Down the line, LeBron's doing amazing shit at his age. And for y'all to keep blaming him for a dunk contest, keep blaming him for All-Star game, whatever, bro. He ain't been doing the dunk contest. Y'all had 20 years to figure that shit out. And you're still blaming LeBron. 10 years later, Stephen A's my man, he said, LeBron single-handedly messed the NBA dunk contest up. Okay, Stephen A, I get it, you're my bro, of course, I love you. But they had mad years to figure this out after LeBron didn't do it. Michael Jordan and Dominique, they had 2 back-to-back dunk contests, maybe 3. Michael Jordan made 1 3. I'm thinking it's 2. I don't know if it's more than 2. But he ain't win 10. He ain't win 5. He ain't win 8. He won 2, 3 great dunk contests. And that was that. So after LeBron didn't do it for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 years, the NBA should have figured out, the NBA should have figured out something else or somebody else to go ahead and do it. And what they're saying that people follow LeBron so they want to do it. LeBron didn't follow Mike. He wanted to create his own path. See, I gotta stop blaming LeBron for shit and put this on the owners of how kids are being raised. Social media, their parents, the lackluster hustle, and not lackluster hustle, but the want, the if factor to say, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do fuck that. Stop blaming LeBron for everything. I can't, it's not right. But Mason's right. When you're the king, you're open to this. But goddamn, he's 40.
Yeah, and we go to the over 40 league every Tuesday. So we know.
What 40 actually look like.
We know what over 40 look like. Man, LeBron has 700 points in the 40 over league.
And you know over 40 league looks like.
Yes.
Ron is doing an amazing job.
Yes, we go to the 40 over league every Tuesday, and I'm not even exaggerating. He will have 700 points and average 396 points in the over 40.
And another thing that's to blame that you guys talked about earlier on the show, but we didn't really mention it today, is the amount of money that's involved in sports. How much these players are getting paid and how that affects their motivation, their want to, that you were saying. Basketball has sort of turned in a little bit to what people hated and still do hate about boxing, right? People managing their careers and managing the amount of money that they make and longevity. So, Mo, how without competing?
Without that.
Yeah. So, Mo, how does Adam Silver, how does the NBAPA, the owners, manage that phenomenon moving forward?
I think the first thing Adam Silver he has to do is try to attack the guaranteed money. You know, because it's going to come down to them realizing or them making their point and trying to prove their stats. Say, hey man, when you participate, you know, disconnected to TV ratings going down, disconnected to fans going to come to the stadium, disconnected to us being able to sell products and try to attack guaranteed money. And some capacity, they're going to say, hey, in order to make money, there's a certain number of plays that you have to play per game, or a certain number of games that you have to play. And I think it's going to be the same thing with the owners, because the owners are saying, hey man, back in I think it was probably 7 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, whenever they made these CBA, they were saying, hey, we want to participate in TV revenue, and you remember people were making, maybe $5, $10, $15 million a day. Once they start participating in TV revenue, guys start making 40, 50, 60 million. And I think they just thought that guys would play. But I feel like on another note, when this came up, I thought, man, people need to quit acting like $40, $50, $60 million is not a lot of money. And guys are going to try to preserve that as long as they can. And sometimes they go against what we want to see. But I understand. Like if I can make $50 million for 5 years, and I had to do it by sitting down or whatever I had to do, low management calls, whatever it is. Like I'm doing it. So I don't get it. But I understand the criticism that they get from fans.
As far as this is concerned, Mo is absolutely right. It's not going to mess up this generation. Not the next 5, 7, 8 years, but it's going to fuck it up for the people, the kids that are 13, 14, 12, 11, 16 now. Because I'm not paying guaranteed money. And y'all niggas is being lackluster and not performing. It's coming. I'm not saying they're going to do it like the NFL, where you got to do all these incentives to get extra money. But it's going to be based upon your play. It's certain things in people's contract now. Like I was watching something with Jermaine O'Neal where he was saying that he retired because part of his contract. And Zion had something similar. I don't know exactly how it goes.
Weight loss.
Yeah, and it was body fat. Caused that Jermaine O'Neal had to have only 8% body fat. And he said he got tired of doing that. And he was like, nah, I'm good. I made enough money, et cetera. But yeah, like Trish said, Zion has that in his contract.
Yeah.
And there's going to be things like that to where it gets worse than just this body fat. You can't, because at the end of the day, if you say that you're hurt, how is somebody going to dispute if you're hurt or not? So you got the team doctor saying that you're all right, but your personal doctor saying that you're not all right. I don't know how it's going to go. Mo made a good point But like I said, I don't have the answer, but it's definitely going to be attacking the guaranteed money. And that's the only way they're going to win. Right now, it's so bad. They're juggling around all type of shit. They're talking about thinking of cutting it to 10-minute quarters. And it's fucking going crazy right now. I was looking today, like, they talking about definitely what they're talking about is the NCAA tournament, instead of making it 2 halves, making it 10-minute quarters. And then they say the NBA might make it 10-minute quarters. Yo, bro, this shit is wild. It's getting wild, bro.
You're getting more money for less work. And I think the answer to this, the solution to this, because like Killer was saying, you're definitely going to have to start thinking about the consistency of, do we pay these people guaranteed money if they're not guaranteed going to play? And I think the answer is going to come back to Saudi Arabia. Just like what is happening in boxing. Somebody's going to come in and try to take it if they don't switch it up, because it's like, you gotta get people to compete. Well, I don't think it could happen, but somebody's definitely going to try to make their own league and get the money. I know they was raising money to start another league, but I could see Your Excellency and them coming in and getting a part of that and starting their own league, putting a lot of money behind it.
Yeah, I think what's fascinating too, I was looking at another stat earlier today, is that if you look at the salary cap 20 years ago, the salary cap for one team was $44 million. LeBron James' first year. Steph Curry makes $56 million by himself right now. That is crazy. So I don't know how you expect the motivation to stay the same when the money has gone up so much in the last 20 years. I guess just to follow up on that, Mo, I do think that if Kobe was around playing today, there was any amount of money that would get his motivation to go down.
I know that, and I don't want to take Kobe's mentality or a hypothetical situation, say Kobe will be doing something that somebody else isn't. Like at the end of the day, it's business, and the only way to get people to perform accordingly is to have their interests aligned. And when your interests are aligned, when you perform, you get paid. When you don't perform, you don't get paid. And that's the key thing. It has nothing to do with the money. The core issue is the core interests aren't aligned. These guys get paid for sitting on the bench. And we have to do it based on the contracts that we signed. So the owners said, okay, we have to get our get back. So I want to respect the Kobe situation. I think he will play just because that's his mentality. But let's also please take into consideration $56 million is a lot of money. And when you're a guy who, you can't just walk out the league and go make $56 million anywhere. And so if I have to, finagle a couple more years, but this comes back to interest to be aligned. That's the core issue.
Yeah.
I like that concept that interests have to be aligned. So this is really a problem for the people making the contracts, and they have to go back and start putting these things in writing, which is letting us know that the NBA is just giving out bad contracts. And as the employer, you gotta make better contracts, because the employees are just saying, hey, in my contract, I get paid regardless, so I'm going to live like regardless because I have it in writing that I get paid no matter what. And that's something that got to be changed up in the paperwork. I know the agents won't like that. I know the basketball players won't like it, but the fans would greatly enjoy it. Because now when you go to San Francisco, you're going to see this team play. Everybody's going to be playing if they can play. That's what you get when you watch football that you don't get when you watch basketball anymore. Because people just decide I can play more years if I play less games.
Yeah, good point. Moving forward, more NBA news came out yesterday. This one was somewhat shocking to me. So Milwaukee Bucks player Bobby Portis has been suspended 25 games, over 35 games left in the season for taking a banned substance. But the context around this is really interesting. According to the reporting, Bobby Portis took what he thought was a painkiller that was called Toradol from his assistant. It was some other substance called Tramadol, which used to be an okay substance, but was banned last spring. He gets popped 25 games. That's $3.6 million that he's going to miss. Mo, do you think this is worth a 25-game ban?
I don't know. When I say he was taking trails, they call them trails. I said, my man Bobby Porter's getting hot.
That's what I
Mo. I know Toro. Explain what kind of drug this is. I don't know what kind of drug this is.
Are you talking about Toro or Tramadol?
I know Toro. What is Tramadol?
Tramadol is basically like a mild version of like Percocet or something, right? And so, I run a drug recovery program, so when guys urinate, they do drug tests. Tramadol doesn't always show up on the drug test. So really, it's a painkiller, but it isn't classified, or wasn't classified as a narcotic. So this is like the recovery community. This is what people use in order to get high, rather than like Percocet and stuff like that. So when I seen it, be it was a mild version of a painkiller, I was like, yo, this dude's getting high. And, Dion said he got it from his assistant. You just walk to the doctor and go Toradol. You don't need to take somebody else's prescription. So maybe just raise his eyebrows. So then I started doing a little research on him. He seems like a good guy, so I don't want to put that on him, but I was just laughing thinking that my man was getting high. And when I heard his explanation, I took something from my assistant. That's usually like,
See what happened was,
Yeah.
like it's like that show Cops where they pull that guy over, he's got drugs in his pocket, and they're like, where'd you get these drugs? He's like, these aren't my pants. It's like, okay, if that's your explanation, that's what you're rolling with, okay.
And I think I'm glad you said that, Mo. You definitely don't need to be taking somebody else's pills just for the record anybody watching this. That is a very dangerous thing to do. People are prescribed drugs based on their body. Don't ever let somebody give you their pills and say, hey, take one of these. You just don't know. That's crazy to think about. So I was gonna make a joke, but this is not a joking matter. Bobby Porter, you can't be taking other people's pills. You're way too rich to be doing that.
What you think, Cam?
I don't see the problem. I just looked at the fucking medicine and the Mozone. It's a painkiller. He ain't doing shit to jump out the gym. He ain't doing a Canelo steak sandwich. He wasn't in the Dallas Cowboy locker room in 1992.
What is that?
Shit, he got cold with the steroids. He said he bad steak, yo. That's why I don't fuck with Canelo. I fuck with Canelo. But he got caught using steroids and he blamed it on the steak. He's like, oh, it was in the steak I ate. Word? So that's why I say Canelo steak sandwich. Sing mad when I say he's a big Canelo. I don't like Canelo, but he got an asterisk in there on his fights because he blamed his steroid. He got caught. He blamed it on something his chef gave him. It was in the steak. They tried to disguise that shit as steak. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it wasn't Canelo steak.
Because some cows get pumped with steroids, what he was trying to say?
Yeah, that's basically what he's saying.
For me, personally, once you gotta ask questions next to everything once you get caught with that shit. To me, with steroids, I'm talking about like, you know, I still can't blame Barry Bonds, maybe the doctor kept testing him. Alex Rodriguez, I was taking it. Ryan, you put a good performance, but you was taking it. You know, once you do that for me, I may watch it, but I don't necessarily respect. So when I'm looking at this medicine, after more explain it to me, I want to just do some research on it. It's to stop pain. It isn't to increase or enhance your skills or athleticism or anything like that. Now, is Mace right? Absolutely. Just don't take the pill. I don't get it. This is more make you drowsy or not perform well. Anything like that. So I do think that maybe a 5-game suspension or something like that. 25 definitely hard. I think Adam Silver and them niggas just mad at what's going on and taking shit out on Bobby Portis and whoever the fuck up the rest of the season. Yo, get back all the money you can save. So I know that walking pays. I'm just exaggerating, but at the end of the day, I do think this is severe for what he got caught.
Yeah, it's crazy because Miles Bridges had a 10-game suspension. You know, Kevin Porter Jr. no game suspension. So it's just odd.
And what they get caught with?
Domestic violence.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I mean, you got
Bobby ain't hurt nobody but himself.
Exactly. And I think the thing that's really interesting and bullshit to me is that Tramadol wasn't a banned substance until last spring. So they didn't have a problem with it until just a second ago. And now it's the last third of the season. You're essentially out.
Why is that? Why did they add this to it if it's just a painkiller?
Probably because they feel like it's on the borderline of opioids. I don't know. I mean, you're obviously more experienced in this mode than me.
Yeah, it's probably a gateway to it.
No, that's the exact reason. Just found out dudes going to recovery, they smoke K2 or Spice or other type of alternatives that, alter your mind. The NBA just probably caught up to it. And so here's the giveaway. I'm not going to say something about this, so I'll preface with that. Notoriously, Toradol was a shot for painkillers, right? Anybody who's ever said they had Toradol before, it comes to shot for. So there's no reason to take anybody's pills. You know what I'm saying? There's never a reason to take a pill thinking that it's the same thing as Toradol. They're not the same thing. And what I understand is that, like the NBA has caught up and said, dudes want to get high, and they just found alternative ways to get high. And that's what I think that this was in some regard.
So what Mo is really saying that Bobby's getting doped up. That's what he's trying to say.
Have you seen Bobby Portis? Bobby Portis doesn't look like a guy who wants down. Bobby Portis is an amped up guy. Like he's one of the hearts and souls of Milwaukee. I don't see him. I mean, that's just me. I don't see him abusing painkiller. I know he's dealing with
Have you ever seen him outside the arena?
No. We don't know. We don't know.
I'm just fucking with Mo. See, Mo, a lot of people don't know that Mo actually works in this field, so he has a lot of knowledge with these things are. So I'm going to take Mo at his word, and he knows better than me. I was just saying, after doing a little bit of homework on him, it doesn't seem like it's going to enhance the basketball game, like he also said maybe a gateway.
Yeah. I look at it like Adam Silver just, you ever seen somebody, they get slapped by one person, somebody else start laughing, and then they take it out on the person that's laughing. The NBA got a lot going on. They just said we're going to take it out on Bobby. They don't think he like that.
Well, in Milwaukee right now, fifth place. I think they're 2 games out of being in the play-in tournament. So, Mo, how does this impact things for Milwaukee in your estimation as they're going down the stretch? 25 or 35 games are going to be without a guy who's, like I said, heart and soul of the team. He's one of the leading candidates for Sixth Man of the Year.
No, it impacts him greatly. I thought about that, man. With him not being in the rotation, in some capacity, does that make them fall or push them towards the bottom of the East? It could be, you know what I mean? So it's going to significantly impact them, especially around the basket. And somebody who's typically like the energy or the force of the team, or one of the forces of the team, it's not going to bode well. So hopefully they stay on top page. Hopefully the playoffs. Hopefully he comes back. I don't tell a lot of practice where you stay in game shape, stay in rhythm with those guys. Hopefully he comes back and they say something.
I think it's all a conspiracy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the moment I heard it, I'm thinking about it right now. They're trying to make sure that the Knicks get out of there first round or second round. So that KD can come to the Knicks. I could just smell the conspiracy.
What? You think this is all designed to get Kevin Durant to the Knicks?
It's all a big picture. It's all a big picture.
My goodness, what do you think?
Would you love that?
I would love it. I would love it. How is that going to work, though? I think the Knicks are just fine in terms of their roster by themselves. I don't think they need another wing. What do you think, Cam? How do you think this impacts Milwaukee for the rest of the season?
It's big. Bobby Portis is a big part of that team. Definitely big. Pause. We'll see, man. Milwaukee's been up and down all season long. They actually won without him last night. But we'll see what happens the rest of the season. But we're not going to act like Bobby Portis is an important part of this team. He definitely is.
Yeah, and just for those that are listening, the Knicks should be like third right now, right?
Yeah.
So if you got the Milwaukee Bucks that are now fifth, if you take Portis out for 25 games, they're going to drop back. So then they end up playing one of those teams that end up meeting the Knicks, and that will probably be a harder team to play later on in the season. I mean, in the playoffs.
It's a good point. So let's go to break. When we come back, who might be on the move in relation to this Bobby Portis news, as well as how Milwaukee does in the playoffs? Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. It's time to go over our underdog picks of the day. NBA's back in action. Minnesota plays Houston tonight. Houston's one of the teams that Mace is looking forward to watching all throughout the home stretch of the season. Their contention. Jalen Green has been a scoring monster this season. His points are set from underdog at 21.5. Are you going higher or lower? Mace.
You said Jalen Green?
Mm-hmm.
21 points. I'm gonna go lower. It's against Anthony Edwards. He's gonna have to play a lot of defense.
Yeah, he is. Higher or lower, Cam?
Not that it's not possible.
I like Jalen Green, man. I like what he's really been doing. I like Houston as a team coach. I like how they rebounded off last season by just missing the playoffs. They're looking really good. I'm gonna go higher than 21, man. I'm gonna go higher.
Last time we saw Anthony Edwards, he was getting his groin right. His point prop is set against the Houston Rockets at 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Houston's stout defense. Are you going higher or lower, Cam?
How many?
40.5 PRA, points, rebounds, and assists combined.
Yeah, I'm going higher.
Higher.
I'm going lower.
Lower. Why?
I just think between that defense on Houston, they're not gonna let him go that crazy. He'll get 30, but I don't got him getting 10 rebounds.
Yeah,
Not with Amen Johnson and all of them.
Yeah, and they've been trapping Anthony Edwards pretty much all year, saying that he's been getting frustrated. So that's a good call.
Yeah, not that he can't get it, but when you look at that team on pause in Houston, just like you just said, they're going to be double teaming him, take the ball out of his hand, make somebody else on the team win the game. That would only make sense. Why would you let Anthony Edwards get 40 and you got all this defense right here? You got Brooks, you got Amen Johnson, you got Green, you got Van Fleet swiping at the ball. You know,
making it uncomfortable for him. Things are also getting really uncomfortable in Milwaukee, like we just said right before the break. Bobby Portis out 25 games due to a banned substance getting popped for that. Giannis has been in the news pretty much his entire career, putting the pressure on Milwaukee. Rumors came out yesterday that if Milwaukee doesn't have a deep run, Giannis could be on the move. And we're seeing this time and time again. Players that we thought were going to stay their whole career somewhere. LeBron James, Luka, KD. Now they're gone. Harden. So Mo, do you think Giannis sticks around in Milwaukee, does the whole Steph and Kobe thing, or do you think at some point, maybe soon, he'd be on the move?
I personally believe that they should deal him while they can get.
What's up? What do you need? You keep hitting me up. What do you need? What do you need?
get something for him. I guess we've seen this with other teams where they have all these iterations of trying to bring players in and trying to team up people with you. Then it gets to a point to say, man, at what point, while a guy still has value, I think Giannis is like 30 or 31 years old, that you can shop him, bring in some younger guys and try to rebuild for the future. I think it becomes like this bad thing, similar like what the Jets did, where you're chasing a championship and you're trying to assemble a bunch of pieces of guys who had like great years in their careers at certain points. And I think